Well, Ulysses, we've heard from Rays Nation, and they've got some beef. They've got some pet peeves, baseball pet peeves, that they need to get off their chest.
Yes, we have. And we also have our own. And of course, the Rays will be battling against the Orioles at the Trop. So let's talk about those things starting right now.
You are Locked On Rays, your daily Tampa Bay Rays podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, my name is Kevin Weiss.
I'm Ulises Sambrano.
And we are the host of the Locked On Rays podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Thank you for making us your very first every day. Be sure to check out and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Locked On Rays. Again, if you want to hear the episode early and often, go to the YouTube page because the YouTube episode is posted before the traditional podcast. Just throwing that out there most of the time. You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at Locked On Rays and email us anytime. We're always collecting those mailbag questions, lockedonrays@gmail.com. Voice memos preferred. We have received a voice memo or two lately. We appreciate that. Keep them to 60 seconds or fewer if you can. All right. Before we dive into some of our pet peeves regarding the sport of baseball, we should mention that the Rays are back at the Trop, hopefully getting their belongings together, and they have a 2-game series, the odd midweek 2-game series versus the rising Baltimore Orioles. It's a team that's young, energetic, talented, athletic, offensive, and what I would like to say about this Orioles team is that if you're the Rays, you better get your runs scored between innings 1 through 7, because innings 8, innings 9 with Bautista and Cano, basically two basketball forwards, just massive guys with elite action and stuff and repertoires. Good luck scoring against them or anything going against them. So if the Rays are trailing going into the 7th, hot take, probably not going to turn out well.
Are you not jealous of that back-to-back punch? Like, that's amazing. Like, that's so cool. Good for the Orioles. Again, I don't really hold a lot of animosity for the Orioles. It's because, they've been down and out for so long that, you don't feel that. But they're such a great team, man. They're such a great team. They're fun to watch. If the Rays weren't having such a historic, beginning of the season, they would be the story. They'd be the story 100%. Like, and when you look at the standings, which very well, I don't care about the standings until like August. But if you look at the standings, everybody's in double digits from the Rays right now. And the Orioles are still right there, 5 games. Like, that's impressive, man. Like, that's really, really good. So hopefully the Rays are able to either split it or win it. I would be okay with a split. It's a tough game to play these guys. So yeah, hopefully Glasnow is going tonight against Bradish. Yep. So Glasnow, give us 6, a quality start. I think the Rays should be fine. But you're right. Do your scoring before the 7th inning is over, because after that you're gonna have You're gonna have a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and then on Wednesday's afternoon game, you've got Taj Bradley going up against Tyler Wells, and Wells and Bradish have been really solid for the Orioles this season, but it's been more so about the offensive punch and the versatility that the O's have provided along with the back end of their bullpen. And Cano, for example, is kind of a guy that came out of nowhere this season. It sort of underscores the point of sometimes it takes relievers a little bit to get into a groove and find their footing, and they can be volatile at times. He certainly got this stuff. So we'll see with that. But this isn't the Orioles from, 2015 to 2021, where they're basically the bad news bears, because I've been to some of those games at the Trop where the Rays were facing the Orioles during that time frame.
Yeah.
And it was ugly. Like, it wasn't that long ago where Pat Valaika was playing shortstop for the Orioles.
Yes, very well put. Exactly.
There's been some bad moments there, but they're turning it around, and I'd much rather see the Orioles have success than the Blue Jays, than the Yankees, than the Red Sox if another team has to have success in the division. And I just liked, 5, 6, 7 year rebuild. It's about time that you got your stuff together with that. So, all right, moving on to baseball pet peeves. But first, we have to tell the audience about something very important, and that is Gametime. Gametime is the place for last-minute ticket deals. Forget planning months in advance. Gametime has deals on tickets right up to the day of the event. Get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, basketball, baseball, concerts, comedy, theater, and so much more. The Gametime guarantee means you'll always get the best price. If you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Gametime will actually credit you 110% of the difference. There's a reason why it's the fastest growing ticketing app in the country. Get images of your seat before you buy so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive. Buy tickets in a matter of seconds, 2 taps, and you are completely set. Tickets are sent directly to your phone, so you never have to dig through your email. So snag the tickets without the stress with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB, LOCKEDONMLB, for 20 buckaroos off. Download Gametime today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. All right, Ulises, little drum roll. Pet peeve time. We'll go through your baseball pet peeve or pet peeves, my pet peeves, and then the audience had a lot of things to say about their respective pet peeves. So what is your big overarching or what really grinds your gears when it comes to being a baseball
fan? So I know that we all get really excited now that we have exit velocity, right? Oh man, that thing was hit 100 miles an hour, 110, 98, hard hit, I understand that, and it's great. It's great. But I think we get a little bit too caught up on that number, and we've gotten way too lackadaisical on not giving fielders errors. Like, everything is a hit now. Everything is a hit. Like, now it's like, oh, well, yeah. It's like, no, he was right there in front. I get it. A missile, hey, look, these are human beings. Like, they can't catch everything. Right. So the exit velo part is just one of the factors. But I just think that scorekeepers have now gotten way too lax. Way too lax. And now everything is a hit. Everything is a hit. It's like, no, buddy. Like, you can put an E down. E6. E9. Come on. Let's do it. E4. Like, I don't think when and this is going to be a boomer sentence. When I started watching baseball, there was a lot more errors. Like, I know how.
That's because you were watching Derek Jeter on national television so much.
Pasta diving Jeter. That's correct.
Yeah.
God, I just love that. I love that meme of pasta diving Jeter. That will never not be funny to me. That will never not be fun. And for the kids at home that don't know what pasta diving Jeter is, please put pasta diving Jeter pasta. And yeah, you'll have fun with that. So yeah, that's my biggest one. Like, I just feel like, come on, like, let's start putting E back on the column.
So do you have an example or a couple examples of that? I didn't know if it's more so towards the Rays end of things or just
every team
across baseball. Okay.
Across baseball. Like, I mean, I just feel like it's like they don't want to hurt these fielders' feelings or something. Like, I don't understand. Like, no, that's an error. That's an error. Or maybe instead of hurting the fielder's feelings, maybe they want to, like, no, promote the batter and give him a little punch up and hey, here's a hit. Like, no, that's clearly an error. Like, he should have caught that. He should have not bobbled that. Like, I feel like we've gotten way too lax on that on that end.
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like there is a point where scorekeepers do have an agenda at some point of, I don't want to nick my team's fielder, or hey, my
Yep.
guy's on a 8-game hitting streak. Let's go ahead and give him a 9-game hitting streak. So maybe there needs to be more checks and balances with the scorekeepers, and maybe there's an end of things of the agents and the players actually coming up to the scorekeepers and saying, hey, okay, I don't need this many errors or demerits on my record. Interestingly, when you brought this up, I thought you were going to go in a different direction and angle, in the sense of people looking too much at max exit velo and average exit velo to determine whether a player's good or trash. And I thought you were going to say something along the lines of people not giving Luis Arias enough credit because he doesn't hit the ball hard.
Right.
So all right. So is that your big pet peeve? Okay.
You know me, I'm neurotic,
Yeah.
OCD, so I definitely eccentric. I do not have only one pet peeve, but that is my biggest one. Another one, just real quick, is the fact that like I hate when, or hate's a strong word, people. Let's start using dislike. I strongly dislike when a reliever blows a save and then the team comes back and wins it, and then they get a win. Yeah. Oh, that just. I really dislike.
There needs to be a win with an asterisk, or
no. Nobody should get a win. Just nobody should get a win. And I don't care. Like, oh well, the record books.
Yeah.
Shove the record books, and you know where. Okay, I don't care. That guy does not deserve a win. He just let in like a 3-run home run in the 9th.
Right.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
I don't.
And
like
I mean, I don't know where we got to this point where some pitcher has to be designated a win. Not every team has to hit a home run to win a ball game. So just throwing that out there. All right. I've got kind of a running tally of baseball pet peeves, and I'll let you react as such to them. One, and this is in no particular order per se, people who attend a baseball game and are on their phone the entire time. They basically don't look up from their phone, even between innings, when the action is going on and they miss something important or imperative. Or they're not even paying attention to the game whatsoever. Last year, I was at Citizens Bank Park, and somebody sitting next to us, literally, it was a July 4th game. Like, you'd think there'd be some, hey, I'm going to, savor the moment here. He was watching Game of Thrones on his iPhone.
No.
Yeah. I was like,
why did you go? Like, why did you go to the game?
What was the point of this?
Yeah,
exactly.
Maybe you told your therapist, hey, I'm going to get out there and look at, and be with people. It's like, well, that's not exactly what your therapist meant. Okay. Right. It didn't mean go to a baseball game and watch Game of Thrones. That's not it, bud. No.
And the girl immediately left him. Said, no, I can't deal with this. No. Everything at a major league ballpark being overpriced. Be it parking, be it beer, being snackaroos. At the very least, let's make the snackaroos affordable for the kids. Like, if you want to upcharge beer to $15 for a 20-ounce can, okay. But, the food, the finger food, let's lower that. Let's have more kid promotion. So that's one thing. Another, just drunk, obnoxious fans. And fans that are drunk, like from inning 1 or 2 all the way to the end of the game. It's one thing if you're getting into the later stages, but it's like you show up drunk and you're just yelling nonsensical BS and obscenities and yelling at players directly. That's an annoyance. Another one that I have is people that wear jerseys to games. Not jerseys, not T-shirts, not sweatshirts, not other type of memorabilia and attire, but actual jerseys, because I just don't understand the utility of it. You can only wear a baseball jersey at a baseball game. I can't do yard work. I can't go to the gym in a jersey, can I? I mean, it won't be useful. Like, I've got this Rays dry fit shirt. I can wear this anywhere and everywhere, pretty much.
So... But isn't the utility, aren't they using the jersey in its utility function whilst at the baseball game?
Yes, but it doesn't have enough utility, is my point. Is you can only use it for a 3-4 hour baseball game, however many games you go to.
Okay, what about if you go to watch the game at a bar? Could you not wear the jersey?
Sketchy. I don't like the look of adults wearing jerseys. Moreover, I don't like the idea of people putting their last name or their nickname on the back of a jersey. That's another thing.
Huh.
And
wow, the jersey thing got me. I disagree, but I see where you're coming from.
And well, here's the other point: the price tag of the jerseys. Like, again, I'm going to pay $350 for an authentic jersey. I'm going to wear it, however many times I go to a baseball game. Like, you got to give me a little bit more than that. Okay. And people that not only wear jerseys, okay, Rays and Orioles are playing. You wear a Rays jersey because you're a Rays fan. You wear a jersey because you're a Rays fan. Where did this Yankees fan come from? Why are you showing up to this ballpark with a Yankees jersey? You have to prove
Don't get me started on that.
Your New York fandom.
Don't get me started.
Teams that,
I'm not rooting for the Rays and Orioles. I'm a Yankee fan. How would I come to a baseball game without telling everybody that I'm a Yankee fan? I hate that. Okay, that one I do hate.
Okay,
that one I'm going to use hate. Yes.
Yes. All right. Fair. So that's pretty much what I have. Everything. And I mean, it's kind of needling a little bit, but I've sat in rows and sections where you have, I mean, families and kids, they're getting up literally like every 5 minutes. Like, you gotta settle down. Go make one concession run, get everything you need.
Yeah.
And then settle down. At least give me a couple innings here. So.
All right, that's fair. Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
That. The jersey one came out of nowhere. The first one. The not liking the utility.
Hey, hit it in the comments. I don't see the usefulness of spending that much on a product and really only being able to use it for sporting events or a specific sporting event.
Unless you're that Yankee fan and you just wear it all the time.
That's true. And I think that's a bad look, personally.
Well, there you go. Okay, well, let's go see what other people say their pet peeves about baseball are. Let's start with our buddy, RJ Hill. Goes, one of my baseball pet peeves is people at the games that are not paying attention to the game and are in your way of action. Yep. I get that people have to get up and do things during the game, and I have no issue. My issue is when they do it right in the middle of the action and right in my line of sight of the action. Baseball has a ton of pauses. Take advantage of them. Yes, let's do this. Can we instruct ushers to kind of just stop people, like if in the middle of an at-bat? And I know the pitch clock is going to be a little more difficult, but like, hey, the count is 1 and 2. Maybe like when there are 2 strikes, no, you got to hold up. 2 strikes, you got to hold up. I'm sorry.
I think that's fair. Yeah. Or have one of the officers point a taser at everybody. Don't move. We need to see this at bat. Okay.
Glass now is on 1-2. It's the 6th inning, buddy. The pitch counts 92. All right. You just don't move. Yeah. Don't move. Okay.
That's a good one.
Cody Robinson says, biggest baseball pet peeve is when someone says someone got an inside the park home run, and I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. And then I watched the replay, and it was a double with 2 throwing errors or something. I also don't like when people get mad when someone takes a first pitch breaking ball because it was right down the middle. All right.
Okay.
Didn't see that coming. Jeffrey Bloom says, every warning track catch, they say, stole a home run. Okay.
Yeah.
That gets me. You have a friend here. The Skinner says, one of my biggest pet peeves is when people go to a baseball game and wear the jersey of a team that is not present. But he does say World Baseball Classic jerseys do not count.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
I'm more anti layman wearing jersey, but if you are going to wear a jersey that's not the Rays and the Orioles or Rays versus whoever they're playing, then I'm willing to be more on board with that as opposed to I'm going to wear a Red Sox jersey today or a Dodgers jersey today when those 2 teams are playing.
All right. Fair enough. Let's see. RJ Hill says, another pet peeve is adults that take home run, foul balls, or balls that players throw into the stands for kids by pushing them out of the way or jumping in front of them. I guess this is a good topic. It got me thinking. Yeah, that's the second one.
Is he talking about Zach Campbell or whatever that guy's name?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely does that, right? And it's obnoxious. Like,
yeah, that's not just a pet peeve. You're just talking about a bad person, quite frankly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like that either. I don't know. I mean, that's just, come on, like, have a little bit more class, right?
Yeah, that's the other thing is I think, and it goes back to the drunk, obnoxious fan. Just have a little bit more class.
Yeah.
I know it's the weekend. I know it's a Friday night, but let's calm down.
Let's
a little
clean
bit.
it up. Yeah. Wolf Dog 7 says, my biggest baseball pet peeve is a pitch that is almost a strike hitting a batter and the batter getting awarded first base. Take your elbow pad out of the strike zone. That is just like my pet peeve about like scorekeepers getting a little bit too lax on the error thing. I think they're getting a little bit too lax on this. Like, hey, you got hit. That's a ball. You were all over the strike zone. I'm sorry.
Right.
That's just like, or that's a strike, whatever. Like, I don't like that.
Anthony Rizzo, we're looking at you. Craig Biggio, we're looking at you. Joey Wendell, we're looking at you.
Yes.
Although Joey Wendell, for his credit, did not wear elbow guard.
He's a man's man.
Yes, exactly.
He's a man's man, which is
he actually he didn't even use. I mean, if you remember, during his time with the Rays, he didn't use a traditional baseball bat. He used a 2x4.
He's a man's man.
Yeah.
Dude, he didn't even have like one of those silicone wedding rings. He had like the actual gold ring. He's like, and with no batting gloves.
Yeah, and he used actually a heavy duty construction glove, not a traditional baseball glove to catch balls at second, short, or third.
It's what you use to pull weeds and stuff like that. That's what he uses.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Okay, so Aaron A says, one of my biggest pet peeves is the wearing of team apparel to a game where neither team is playing. I get that. If it's a minor league game, though, it's somewhat acceptable. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's acceptable in that case.
Okay.
I mean, I would like to help out the minor league teams by buying some swag from them as sort of a keepsake, or who they represent as a farm club. So I'd go to a lot of Louisville Bats games. You'd see a lot of people in Reds gear. I'm okay with that. But yeah, when you get into the minor league action, I'm not as picky about that, if you will.
What about the opposite? What about if you go to a Rays game and some dude's wearing a Durham jersey? Does that bother you?
I think that's pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
It's more major. It's more just tied to major league teams, I suppose.
Fair enough. Also, Aaron says, at Kevin Weiss, I thought you were going to work on that background. Come on, man. All right.
I did get a letter from somebody in St. Petersburg that was written by Taylor Roan. I don't know it was a holiday card and I got it. So whoever sent that to me from St. Petersburg, I very much appreciated that. They sent it to my office, 5335 8th Street, Zephyr Hills, Florida. Again, send all memorabilia, Rays memorabilia and swag to that address. Attention, Kevin Weiss. But yeah, I don't know if you can. Yeah, the card is way up there. It's kind of hard to see.
It. That's nice.
So I'll have to, but I don't know if it was a holiday card this individual received and they thought, I don't really need it anymore, but it is a Rays holiday card, so I'll send it your way. I do appreciate it.
Pretty cool.
The letter said, for your board. So,
there you go. That's nice.
We're slowly but surely working on filling out the board. Look, this is a 5, 6, 7 year rebuild like the Orioles. It takes time.
Takes time, people.
I'm not just going to acquire junk players.
No. This is a determined path to filling the board the correct way. And talking about cards, Center Hill Cards says, my pet peeve lately is my team having a player get thrown out and not even trying to run to the next base. They must stay sharply focused and not limit our chances to produce runs. I don't think I understand this one. What do you mean? What does he mean? Or what do they mean?
Yeah, I don't know there. That once they're out, they stop running, I guess.
Yeah. Center Hill cards. Make sure to
Yeah.
be a little bit more specific
Clear
on
that
the
up
next
for us.
comment. Yeah. Let's see. Carter Forbes says, pet peeve is Jason Adam keeping me on the edge of my seat every ninth inning. Well, join the party, Carter. We gotta take Pepto Bismol. Cody Robinson says, another baseball pet peeve. Oh, this is a controversial hot take. Is seeing kids wearing all the accessories like eye black, elbow guards, shin guards, oven mitts for bases. Bro, I promise you, if you get hit with a 50-mile-an-hour fastball, it's not going to hurt. Wait until you get to at least high school to start wearing what the pros wear. But these kids also have parents that never stop talking about how good their kid is. Okay, that's a great one to finish out this fan comment section. What do you think about that one?
No, that's it is kind of obnoxious when you see, I mean, I at one part of me says, yeah, it's kind of annoying, but the other part of me says, hey, they just want to emulate the big league stars and they want to have the same gear and attire. I was like that one day. You want the wristbands, you want the look that Barry Bonds and Sammy Sosa had, you want the glasses, you want the backwards hat. I'm more against the kids growing out the mullet, the baseball mullet that has become a theme. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you necessarily need elbow and arm guards, but yeah, that might be another thing too. Is just the over the top travel baseball parent.
I think, yeah, I'm okay with the kids with the whatever. Like, hey, you're just a kid. Like, let's have fun. Yeah. This might be their World Series is when they were 9 years old, and they were the best, kid in the team. Like, that's fine. I don't have any problem with them trying to, have the eye black, whatever. Have fun. You're a kid.
Yes.
The parents. That's my pet peeve. The ones that are yelling at the umpire that is getting paid $12 an hour to be in Florida heat, and you're telling him that he doesn't know how to do his job. Like, okay, let's chill, parents. Yes. Or using your kid, all over, like, travel ball and other ball and left ball and right ball. Like, okay, the chances of your kid being Bryce Harper are very, very slim.
Yes.
So let's maybe just focus on them having fun first.
That would be nice for sure. And again, when you're too into the sport and you're one of those classic baseball or sports parents, kids get burnt out and they're tired of being yelled at and criticized, and they don't want to play the sport anymore. And you got another situation on your hands. So just saying. All right. We did get a couple comments on Twitter. I'm not going to run through all of them regarding pet peeves, but just a couple here. Joshua Garner says the Yankees. Yes, I think we can all agree on that. David Lopez says people screaming to, quote, fire the training staff when a player is injured. Yeah, we've heard that a lot. We've also heard, in Rays yesteryear, fire the hitting coach when the Rays offense wasn't producing well. I mean, look at the roster. Zach Dabb says intentional walks. Ivy says blackouts. Yossi says stealing third with a lefty batter in the box. And Move the Rays to Tampa says leadoff walks, especially to the bottom of the order. So
yeah, that one does stink. That one does grind my gears.
Yeah. Oh, and
especially
one more
from a bullpen guy. Especially from a bullpen guy. Like, come on, dude. Are you serious? Yeah. Your first hitter. You can't just like lay one in the middle. We have a 3-run lead. We have a 4-run lead. We have a 5-run lead. And you're going to put just free traffic. A solo home run does nothing.
Yeah.
Put it down the middle.
Or throwing the baseball around like the Rays did against the Padres on Sunday afternoon.
That was rough.
That's a bad look. So, there we go. That's our pet peeve episode. We might have to ask Evan Klosky what his biggest baseball or sport pet peeve is. I'm sure he has quite the observation there. All right. Thank you all for participating and indulging. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay safe, and we will talk to you tomorrow.